Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Listen, I had a really awesome video that I had made yesterday. Some kind of way it got towed up, but that's okay. Um, I wanted to make a correction. One of my associates had gotten back to me, and I wanted to make a correction regarding the dedication that I made for uh, Dr. Toyan Pittman. She is a board certified life coach and a behavioral analyst. She has a doctor of philosophy degree from Harvard University. She does not have a DR in front of her name. So I am clearing that up for any, uh, how can I say, any problems or issues that could have occurred because of that, and regarding the branding, trade name, registration, way a person registered their trademark, et cetera, et cetera. So no harm meant. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Toy. So I'm going to get to the rest of the reading. It's a little bit dark. It's kind of really sunny out right now. And been doing a lot of research. Had something that hit me like really nice. I'm like, yo, I'm loving it, right? Especially like when I'm reaching back, to the East Coast, right? And this is what I like, right? Like when I look around, I think about enterprise. I think about like, like, it's almost like being an immigrant in your own country, but the key is to create your own nation within a nation and then do it in a way that they can't touch it and they got to respect it, right? So, from a marketing point of view, or should I say enterprise point of view, I look at all the different ways that people of color, in particular African Americans, sometimes we're called blacks, sometimes we're called Moors. Most of us, we don't even know who we are, but that's a path for you to find out more about who you are, especially if you look like me. And it's all good because God is all good, totally perfect. And I'm learning this now the easy way. I'm tired of getting spanked. Yes, whoever knows me, personally knows me, whatever, now you know. Okay, boom. So here's what's going on. Um, there's a book called The Federal Employment Outlook Handbook. And it's a book that college counselors and high school counselors have that how much, predict how much that you can make once you go to college and graduate, and especially if we hook it up in a way where these young people don't have to deal with outstanding student loans, which is another hustle, another issue, another issue. Sorry, I had to close the door. Trying to make this video. So the bottom line is that knowing what jobs, what opportunities are open for people to like make it happen, um, and just understanding what has to be done to take this demonstration to another level. Bottom line is, I was thinking to myself that the Japanese imported a Ford Taurus and then they exported a Honda Accord, right? So what I've learned is how to take since I look at it like this. Since everybody took everything from us, right? We're not gonna take everything from we're not gonna take nothing from no one. What we're going to do is foster the ideas that's already out here, break it down, and by the power of God, bring it back in a way that they'd be like, yo, why didn't I think about that? Well, the reason why you didn't think about it, because you didn't have the thought. So you know what they say, right? One man with God as a backup, you're a majority. Then I'm beginning to realize you can't take sole responsibility for nothing because God's in charge. All he doing is it's like this. God ain't got to get with us. We got to get with him. Plus, he already got the plan. I'm already seeing it. I'm seeing people pushing roses, convertible Bentleys, like they like tennis shoes, Corvettes, Porsches. It ain't not $1 million houses out here. It's like a joke, right? So I'm like, okay. So now I'm getting a vision, and my vision is to take this to the next level. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I look at it like this. Listen to me real quick. Yeah, we used to do that back in the day. Somebody would take their hand and ball it up, and they go, they say, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Yeah, I'm going to hit you with this one. I'm going to start with me. Like my brother-in-law already laying it down. He like, man, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm putting this together. I'm putting that together. He said, you know what? I'm going over here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm laying it together like Legos, block by block, brick by brick. Then we get to the point where we're using something that don't even want to talk about it. Now it's about doing it. My video for today is going to focus on bam, boom, boom, love, LOVE, the root of everything, man. Not only that, love comprehend hate, but hate don't even know what love is. Why is hate and evil allowed to exist? Here's why. It's a lesson. Once you get the lesson, guess what you do? You lock out all hate, yep, all evil, and you lock in love. How do you do that? How do you do that? All you got to do is just listen a little bit. You're going to get it. But all I know is this. I got the secret. I'm going to teach the secret. I'm going to be the secret myself open so everybody can see the light that is not concealed by a bush. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate myself through other individuals. You can keep your personality, but the thing is the thought process. Why reinvent the wheel? And so one of my problems was I had to make like nearly unlimited mistakes. Like my last name is Millette. So when you break down the name Millette, you drop off the T and the E, you get mallet. So that means it crushes things. Then you drop it in and you get deep up in it. It means malleable. That means the ability to take on any shape. So my father was a military man. So they hard drinkers, hard workers, shoot them up, bang, bang, you know what I mean? So I sought after identifying and making myself just like my dad in my way. So if my father was a preacher, I would have been a preacher. If my father had been a carpenter, I would have been a carpenter. If my father had been a plumber, I would have been a plumber. If my father had been a teacher, I would have been a teacher. If my father had been a scientist, I would have been a scientist. If my father would have been a judge, I would have been running up into the law school. Just what happened. I was able to learn through error, and the Lord kept me alive. So the key is, they say, who do you listen to? So I listened to everybody else, and I kept up on running up on brick walls. Lost my life twice, all this crazy stuff. And then one day the Lord said, are you ready, boy? I'm like, who's that? It wasn't actually a voice, it's like a feeling. It's like, but I'm just giving you the words. You know what I'm saying? Like keeping it real, keeping it 100, as the kids say. He said, look, I'm going to tell you something. You don't have sole responsibility to do anything because you can't do nothing without me. Do you get it? I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm tired of getting beat down. All right. He said, is you ready? I said, yes, sir. So he said, here's your first lesson. Part of my lesson in addition to everything that done happened to me, was coming out to Phoenix, Arizona, and remembering what happened right, not what happened wrong. Okay, I'm getting some of the lessons. Then after that, it was like, do you realize that you can't do nothing without me? He said, I tell you what. He said, I'll show you what I can do. Just pay attention. I don't know what I'm going to come through, and I move so quickly, right? So I seen something, and it slowed down right in front of me, right? And I caught it, right? And once I caught it, I was like, things that make you go, what? Hmm. Okay? Because the only person that need to understand this is me. Like, I could give you an example, but it's so far out there, I don't know if y'all could get it or not. So I had hooked up with this group called Astro Flipping. So they show you how to earn 10K a month as 120K a year. And what happened was I had left the spot at the at the end of the joint. So I went to this spot called the Chauncey Social Club in Scottsdale, right? So right across the street from there is a Lamborghini, Ferrari, Rolls Royce, Bentley dealership. They got everything there, man. Everything. Yeah, everything. All colors. Yeah, they got lifesaver colors. Yeah. So I took a picture of this lime green joint, right? But it belonged to somebody, but it looked like it was brand new, but the license plate was off. But I was like, oh my God, this is all of it. I parked this joint on Penn North and go to the Chinese food store and get just 2 chicken wings and come back out and act like I don't even know whose car it is. Like, dog, that joint is bad. And guess what? The car like a pair of shoes. The right kid that tell me the right thing, or the right person tell me the right thing, I'm gonna give you the keys. Yeah, because where that came from, I got 100 more. I know. I get it. You can't get it. Not right now. I can hardly get it. That's why I'm making these videos hot as I don't know what in Tucson, Arizona, and the car I'm in is burning up. It's a 1994 Grand Marquis, LS, but in my mind, it's a triple white Arctic white gold inlay Rolls Royce 2021. Mental. How I do that. It's on and popping. It's on and popping. Let me get to this part right here. And I'm going to start it out like this here because it's that slick. The constant search. We are evolved from pure and eternal spirit, from a place where space and time and number do not exist. From infinity, we are thrust into finiteness, perceive space and time, number and separateness, and other things and beings. Is it any wonder that the terrible longing grows within us to have and to hold, to take and be taken, to give and receive, to share, to reach for an earthly realization of that complete sense of belonging that can only be known in absolute unity? Love we seek above all things. For we have known absolute love and are lost without it, and all our hurts are received when our reachings for love are rejected, and all the prompters of the subconscious mind are planted by the buried pain remembrances of our love rejections. The Apostle Paul was alleged to have wrote, because I wasn't there, but I'm going to read it with what they say. It says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not love, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not love, I am nothing. And though I could bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not love, it does not profit me nothing. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not make itself more important than others. It is not puffed up. It does not behave itself unseemly. It does not seek just for its own. It is not easily provoked. It thinks, ha, no evil. Yeah. It does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether they be tongues, they shall cease. Whether they be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect shall come, then that which in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child, and I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Bam, bam. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I know as also I am known. And now I abide in faith, hope, love, these three, but the greatest of these is love. In this life, we are isolated from the universal subconscious mind. In our separateness, we see through a glass darkly. In our separateness, we love for the unity that rests at the crux of our subconscious, and this is our motivating force, love. According to how we are able to give and receive it, all things in life come to us. The time will arrive when face to face we shall know as we are known, for the universal subconscious mind is complete unity and thus is love itself, and we shall return to it. Spiritual unity. The negation of love is fear, and fear is the father to hate. And fear and hate, through all their varying degrees, are the seeds from which evil grows, not God. Is it any wonder then that love will overcome all? For with love there is no fear, and with love there is no hate. With love there is no opposition. That's why we're going to shut them down. No, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. True love, then, is simply recognition of the spiritual unity of all life. Once you have realized completely that you and your neighbor are one, it is no longer possible for you to perform an unseemly act against your neighbor. It would be as if you performed it against yourself. Nor can you hate your enemy, for your enemy is also one with you, is like you as your very self. All life and all matter are but manifold manifestations of one immortal self. The universal subconscious mind, it is not the nature of this mind to chastise itself, to fight with itself, or, to destroy itself. Anyone who regards life as a battle, who seeks to beat others or destroy them, is doing nothing more nor less than beating himself or destroying himself. One, one, sings the universe. We are all sprung from one intelligence. We all return to one intelligence. There is but one immortal underlying self to all creation. Separated from it in our physical bodies, we desire to know this complete unity again, and it is this emotional drive that we give the name of love, the root of all things. that which conquers all. The child in his crib desires all things, acts for all things, has complete confidence that all things shall be delivered unto him for the asking. So recently he has come from the unity therein there never was denial. Only slowly does a child come to know that there are other things than itself who must be considered. Day by day, the child learns it cannot have this, it must do without that, it must conduct itself this way and that way. If the child perceives that these denials are directed to it with love, if it is aware of care and companionship and tenderness and concern, it rapidly becomes accustomed to consideration and mutual exchange. But if the child is aware of malice or anger with each denial, then rejection and fear take root. Once reality is given fear, hate is born. For people fear that which they think may hurt them, and once hurt, they hate the hurter. Unless they find out, like me, like with my mom's, to love her anyway, because that's what she deserves, because she's my mom. But that's how deep it was. Thus, fear and hate are reactions to frustrated love. Fear is directed at that which we anticipate will reject our love, and hate is directed at that which has already rejected it. But always our motivations are aimed at finding fulfillment of the urge to unity that wells forever in our subconscious. Hate and love. So hate is akin to love and is the working of the exact same force. Hate is the negation of love, just as poverty is the negation of abundance. There's only one force at work in love and hate. In love, it works positively. In hate, it works negatively. And in fear, it doesn't work at all, but chatters unfulfilled and undecided in one spot, now moving tentatively forward, now moving tentatively backward. Few will dispute the power of love, but the vast majority of us have great difficulty bringing it into all aspects of our lives. Hundreds of buried pain remembrances or prompters have set up coping mechanisms within our subconscious so that we automatically are directed to greet certain circumstances or things or people with belligerence, aggression, cruelty, fear, becoming timid, or 1,000 different other negations that backfire on us daily. Yet all these prompters can be dissolved by meditation at the center of consciousness by finding the kingdom of heaven within. At this magic center where all things are known and understood, absolute love will banish fear and hate. I say to myself, if I can get rid of fear and hate and just pump love and get it done and be quiet, man, I got a plan. It's called chemistry. It's called physics. It's called understanding. And all you're getting, get understanding. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be open to you. To the door of what? Supreme being. The ultimate. So incredible, don't got no name. This is the reason why I know that that which they say on this earth isn't the one. Because when you call the name of God, it come. It make you tremble. It make you look for your pacifier. It make you start stutter a ring. You can feel it. Just like you can feel if you in a car and you feel somebody coming up on you like real fast, yeah, it's like that. But it's even smoother. It's within and out. Yeah, yeah. It's like going to the Olympics and winning every doggone not only just every match, but every field. Like you win it for wrestling, you win it for running, decathlon, whatever, the swimming, diving, you don't care. Archery, equestrian, you don't care. You win everything. You better get it for those who's ready. I said I will be a living example. That's how you'll know. And don't start crying later. Yo, what's up? What's happening? I'll probably be like, yeah, what's up? I'll probably hit you in a way that you don't even know how I can hit you, huh? Zoom conference is free. You can talk to somebody. You can talk to 10,000, 100,000, a million people on Zoom conference in 10 minutes. Depending on how good the information is and you really coming up, pay $10. 10 times 1 million. Chang chang. And then this how you really know. You give it away publicly, because it ain't even about that. How can you charge somebody that you getting free, but you act like you playing some kind of game? Because everybody think everything a hustle. No, God ain't no hustle. Because if God was a hustle, nobody would be breathing. And all he got to do is shut everything down in a microsecond. They call it a zeptosecond. For those of you all who don't got a long memory. Few will dispute the power of love, but the vast majority of us have great difficulty bringing it into all aspects of our lives. What of are these two great cripplers? The greatest is fear, for it proceeds phantom-like out of our darker thoughts, has no substance, thus is difficult to deal with. It hoovers its distorted shadows in our dreams and our waking consciousness. Its many demons lurk around each corner of our lives. It paralyzes, prostrates, immobilizes. It is fear that vanquishes our goals before we even set out for them. It is fear that tarnishes the looking glass of life. It is fear that squeezes our arteries, restricts our circulation, visits depression upon our energies, dulls the brightness of the day, casts a pall of mercury foreboding over all the events of life. For fear is but the fear is but the negative use of faith. Let me say that again. I said fear is the negative use of faith. Fear believes we are surrounded by a hostile universe, therefore the world, and hostile beings are all bent out upon preying upon us and destroying us, all of which is sheer ignorance, because you don't have knowledge of your Father that is pure love, that can back you up in whatever that you need by several aspects. I ain't got them all locked down yet, so I'm going to try before I bring this video to a close. Thought, conviction, faith, acceptance. Everything starts with a thought. Burning desire, focus, expectation, anticipation, feeling good before you even get what's coming, because you got to feel good first. If you feel bad, you're going to attract bad. So you got to find a way to keep yourself feeling good all the time. And that is all I do, especially when we start talking about clarity. And then really what helps me is with the meditations. And then when I was in the can, they called it joint, back when I was 17, I studied this book. Yeah, sounds stupid to some, but it ain't stupid to me now, because I found out that a crooked path, or should I say, everybody believes, I did, that a straight line gets you where you got to go to, but quite often it's not that way. I had to leave Baltimore to come all the way out here, getting ready to pop back, take care of some business, coming back out here and going to be doing some things like, I'm going to be like, whoa, because I already see it in my mind already. I'm like Marco Polo out this camp. You know what I mean? Yeah, because see, I got something to prove, if no more to myself. See, what I got to prove, other than with my own children, is that kid that done gave up, or that adult that don't know whether they coming or going, or somebody that really don't even know about themselves, and I come through, or my people come through a certain way, and they be like, man, what's up with that? That's all I need. What's up with that? What that symbol mean? What they doing? They got any jobs? Hmm? See, my objective is not to create workers. It's to create owners. Own yourself from within. So, best way to do it is, Dad, show me how to lay this thing down. Show me how to put this thing on point. Yeah. And that's how we going to do it. And my people are already out there. You know how? Check this out. This real slick. Thought transference. Everywhere, every time, every place, all the time. Already there. I don't need a phone. I don't need to know your name. All I need is, and this is going to be pretty easy, your frequency signature. Ooh. That means if I call you and the voice, they ain't got the right frequency, I already know what's up. That's if I call you. Because now with technology and the way you can use remote, all these different types of stuff you can use. They got this spot called a spy shop. We used to study it when we was in the feds at the same time, right? Check it out, right? You can hook it up to your phone, and your phone sound robotic. It don't even sound like you. Then they got this joint where you can talk into it, and it goes through three different systems, so that once it reaches the part where you can hear the voice, it's in a third voice sound. It's got a third voice sound. That way, anybody that's trying to track us, you're just not going down. NSA, CIA, Federal Bureau of Investigation, BOP, Bureau of Prisons, and all private prisons, and CCA, what is that? Corrections Corporation of America. You better look it up. Look up Edgefield, FCI Edgefield, South Carolina. Google it. Spelled just like I said it. Edge, EDGEFIELD, Edgefield, South Carolina. FCI Edgefield, Edgefield, South Carolina. I just Googled it. Joint still there. So what that tell me? They program still in effect. Our program been in effect before, way before this, and now it's getting picked up, and I'm part of it. I'm ready until I make the next video.